name each other's red flags.
Maybe we should like name our own.
I think he meant like
Yeah, I think that's a bit
Yeah,
easier.
let's name our own.
Here.
Damn it, I just said
Our red flags are like red flags about us.
about us.
Yeah, let's start with you and we'll move that way. Go ahead.
My red flags?
Yeah, we'll start with you and then move
I don't
that
have
way
red
this time.
flags. I'm just kidding.
Stop the cap.
I know. No, I'll be honest. I think in my past relationships, well, red flag like in the initial like dating stage or when you're in a relationship, like things that people have said.
Just your own self-assessment.
I think I have a tendency to be a fixer, and I've definitely had to work on that. I had to realize that, you know, just because I see potential or I see like a good game plan doesn't mean that I need to like get everybody in line with that. So I've worked on not fixing everybody that I encounter.
Is that a red flag though?
Not for the other person, but for.
Yeah, but it's like that's. I mean, probably wouldn't a partner view that as a good thing, kind of? To be a fixer, I guess.
No,
No,
because they feel like it's.
Oh, like you're nagging and shit, or.
I know I've actually never been said that I've been a nagger, but
So how do you fix?
like if encouraging them to or trying to get them to do something that they don't want to do that betters them, in my opinion.
Isn't that kind of nagging? Isn't that
No,
nagging?
it's not in a naggy way. It's like in a like, you should do this, but they don't want to do it. It's not like naggy. It's just like maybe I'm like, I see sometimes like potential for them that they don't see, so then they view it as maybe being like critical or something like that. I don't know.
All right. Okay. Well, you guys already kind of went. Here, how about you reveal what are your own red flags? What's your red flag?
Oh, probably like the amount of caffeine I drink.
That's a red flag.
How much do you drink, do you think?
I mean, okay, I had to cut back, but it used to be about 1,000 milligrams a day.
Oh my God.
Yeah, a lot.
How many,
Get
You know
this
what?
girl some
how
power
many
gum.
cups of coffee
Each
is
It's
that?
piece
not
here,
coffee and-
50 milligrams. It's going to totally
Girl,
replace all
I'll
that
eat
other
a
stuff.
whole box. Be careful. But like literally, I would, wake up, I'd go to work, drink coffee, little cup of coffee. Then I'd have, do you know those like energy drinks? You know, they're like 200 milligrams
Celsius
each.
or
Yeah. like Ghost ones. Those are my favorite. I drink like 2 of those throughout work. Go
I'm
home,
not sure if
go to
this
the
is
gym, double scoop my pre, and then
How's
it's
this a
just-
red flag though?
Well, like the heart problems.
Yeah, but like in the context of a relationship, like I'm not.
Well, I'm just very. I don't
You're
know.
just a spaz, like when.
Well, not like that. I just mean like that's probably bad for me. That's the only.
Yeah, but
what
that's not like
what
a
other
red flag, like
would
a
you
red
point
flag in the context of like a romantic relationship, like.
out? What would be considered a red flag then?
Like
That
they
I'm
slash your
not gonna have a heart
tires.
attack?
Have you slashed anybody's tires? I kind of get that
No.
impression.
For me, is that because I'm Mexican?
Whoa! What the fuck?
Whoa!
Why would the?
You
Where? How did
racist.
you get? To,
Yeah.
Get
okay.
to that.
It's because I'm a woman. No, I've never
fuck?
slashed
Unbelievable.
anyone's tires.
yeah.
I'm
Mexican
too
women,
scared.
unbelievable.
Yeah, be careful.
Unbelievable.
Latinos will get you. Yeah, but I don't know. What's a red flag?
Here's
Like
mine. When I'm
Clingy.
when I'm irritated, I get kind of like dismissive and short, and I get kind of like, okay. If I'm tired and hungry and irritated, I get cranky and I'm like, okay.
That's called hangry.
I get hangry.
Oh,
I get very dismissive.
I guess I get hangry.
There you go.
I love food.
You love food? That's your red flag?
No, I
Wait,
said
what
I
was
get
that
hangry.
noise? Can you make that noise again?
What?
The noise you just made?
What noise?
It was like a.
Yeah.
It was
I
like
don't
Peter
know.
Griffin. See?
No, I can't do it.
Or
You
like
called
a-
me out on it.
Or like a 1920s mobster. Yeah. You didn't hear that?
No.
Can we get a replay? Can we get a replay?
Do you actually have
of that?
replays?
No, unfortunately. not.
Bro, you got my hopes up.
We can see it after the show. What about you?
I'd say for me, my red flag is that I schedule like everything in my life. So
That's not
I'm-
a red flag.
I know, but like in my
Oh
own
my God.
relationship, like it's made me very like strict.
Wait, so hold on.
Yeah.
You schedule everything. So it's like, okay.
Dates.
At,
like
at
everything.
10 p.m.
Yeah.
Going to be a little foreplay. At 10:20, that's when there's penetration. Is that the degree of planning that you do?
No.
Then how is it a red flag?
Because
Actually, I'd love that if a girl was like, okay, Brian, there's going to be 10 minutes of foreplay.
like if we have a date, I'll plan like everything.
You would like
At 10:10, we're going to do 10 minutes of foreplay. Then we're going to do, I don't know if I would, that's a little too assertive, I think. But
Yeah.
and then at 10:20, there's going to be insertion. Okay.
Do you want a dominant woman?
Not.
Do you want a dommy mommy? Is what they say.
No, I don't want that.
Okay. No, like riding crops, black
No.
leather. Okay.
No.
You can be honest if you're incredibly submissive. You can just own up to
No,
that.
I'm not.
If you're just
a
a submissive man, you can accept that.
No.
We can talk about that.
I do like when like there can be like a little. I like when women do initiate,
Okay.
but I don't like dominant.
Okay.
I like submissive. This is such an oxymoron. I like submissive initiation.
Okay.
If that makes any fucking sense whatsoever.
No, I get that. Okay.
Like for example, you could be like a girl could be submissive, and be like, ask you permission to do something in a submissive way.
Mm. But
Is it
the
okay if
question is initiating.
Huh?
Her asking that question is initiating, and that's what you want.
Sure.
Okay. All right. Anyway.
So wait, what? We were talking about your red
Oh,
flags,
yeah, I
which
was just
apparently
gonna
is
say
not.
I was going to elaborate more.
It's not a red flag though.
No, but it means that when he's late or he's running late or he cancels on me, I get really butthurt.
I don't think that's wrong though. I think that's like perfectly reasonable.
Yeah.
I think it's
agree.
reasonable.
That
That's
is
like
valid to be
boundaries.
hurt.
I totally agree.
Because I think
with
it's
that.
rude to be late, to cancel plans, to be flaky.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are way too comfortable, especially with cell phones now, to just like at a whim either cancel plans, or people like are very blasé about being late. But I think it's incredibly rude. Let's talk about dating, for example. If someone's like 30 minutes late to a first date, I think that's a really bad first impression.
Super rude.
Even worse if they, it's okay, like if someone's like 10 minutes late and they apologize, then it's no big deal. But if like they're super late or they're somewhat late, but they don't like give you at least a token apology,
Yeah.
and they're like, I think that's a bad look.
Well, I
So-
think at
Well-
30 minutes, it's like deliberate at that point. It's like I mean,
Oh, you should
you
walk.
had to
You should
try.
leave.
Yeah,
You don't wait
yeah.
longer than
You think
30
they're trying to
minutes.
make a power play is what they're trying
But,
to
like,
Power
do.
play.
That's at the beginning of the relationship because like now I'm like 2 years in, so it's like
And
a
you
little
accept it?
different. I know. I just try to be more understanding if things
Yeah.
come
Well, I
up.
think they're like
Yeah.
some people temperamentally are like less like, and I think it's also a cultural thing too.
Yeah.
Like in certain countries, it's kind of like a little bit, oh, if someone says show up at a certain time, I don't know if, I think they've said this about like Italy and Spain. It's kind of a little more like casual. It's just like being late isn't a big deal, but like in Germany or like, it's like really
Yeah.
fucking rude to be late.
Yeah.
And for, at least me personally, I think it's really rude like to be late.
Yeah,
And,
because usually I'm
differences
like
like that.
ready like 15 minutes before.
well, your wife's
Like-
from German, right?
Yeah, this pops in my head. So if we're in the U.S., I say, "Hey, see you tomorrow," or I'll say, "Hey, see you later." In the U.S., it's like, well, we might not ever see each other again. In Germany, if you say, "Hey, see you later," they'll say, "When? When will we see each other? Tomorrow
interesting.
at 9?"
Yeah, it's definitely different.
It's much more literal.
Red flags for you?
I am an extremely picky eater, so it's really hard to eat out with me.
It's hard to eat out with
Yeah,
you.
because I want what I want, and so
And are you also indecisive where
Yes.
you want to eat?
Yes.
So you're super picky. So a
Yes.
guy might be like, and you're indecisive too. So a guy might say, okay, well, let's go get this. And then you're like, no, I don't want that. And then
yeah,
he's like,
exactly.
okay,
yeah,
okay.
that's how it goes. Yeah.
okay, good times.
Yeah.
Good times. What about you? Red flag?
I would say I'm an overthinker, which also makes me indecisive as well.
Overthinker. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So like the guy doesn't text you back after 5 minutes and you're like, he's definitely cheating on me type shit.
No, not necessarily. I feel like I definitely used to be like that, but I think I've chilled out a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about you?
I think I can be like really stubborn to the point where I'm bratty,
Mm-hmm.
and I also have kind of a crazy family.
Okay, I get that.
How is your family crazy?
Well, my mom is like really into other cultures to the point where sometimes she like dresses like she like verges on transracial. Also, she's just kind of like
Just because she's wearing different clothes, or
No, like sometimes she'll speak in an accent. She kind of has to like bring in other cultures to every conversation, like the food she eats. Also, she's just like in general a character. My dad is also a character as well. He wears like crazy tie-dye shirts, and he lives in this like casino in Vegas.
he lives in a casino?
Yes, he's always got like a different business. Well, I met him when I was 21, but ever since then, he's always got like a different business card for some weird project he's working on.
Huh.
One time was like a poker chip. One time he was in like the UFO discovery business. He had a holographic one. It's kind of a lot, but
Whoa.
I got a pretty interesting family. I don't know if it's a red flag, but it's certainly worth noting.
So if we're dating, one day I meet your mom, she might be Jamaican. The next day I meet her and she's Chinese.
It's like she likes like Middle East stuff, and she's also gotten really into like, we're Jewish, so she's also gotten really, really into that culture over time. But
Okay.
I mean, I try and understand her, but my family is in Ohio too, which might be another red flag. I'm from Ohio.
Huh.
Yeah, that's a red flag. Ohio, definitely huge.
We don't. Yeah.
Huge red flag.
No one from Ohio.
Okay, last super chat. Joe Hall, thank you for the